Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Sunday night webinar, Shibboleth Lifestyle Overview. My name is Kim Danke. I am your fast track instructor, and I always give everybody until 8:03 to get logged in, just in case it's the first time you've ever used Zoom or anything like that. So while we are waiting, if you don't mind, we're going to take care of a little bit of housekeeping, and then we're going to say hello to each other. So if you will look at your chat button, whether you're on your computer or whether you're on your phone or iPad or whatever device you might be on, click the chat button and then click where it says all panelists. And then you're going to choose the option that says all panelists and attendees. That way, everybody can see your hellos, your welcomes, your questions, and everything, okay? So set your chat to all panelists and attendees first. And then I want you to say hello, where you are watching from, and if you are new or if you are here for a refresh, okay? Hey, Jennifer and Karen. And Karen says, hello, daughter-in-law Sandy. Hey, Lily and Kelly and Christy and Lynn. Hey, Lynn. And Laura from Huntsville. Lynn is from Carrollton. I'm originally from Birmingham, Laura. Got Doris from Rockmart. Man, these are flying. Let me get up where I can read these better. I'm glad y'all are saying hello. Thank you. Why is this not? There we go. Let's see, Doris from Noonan. Okay, Sherry's needing a refresh. We got Nicole from Rockmart, back after trying it in 2019. Jennifer is Marietta, new to the program. Kathy Clark, new. Amita from St. Augustine, here for a refresh. Christy from Indiana. Chrissy Holland from Red Bay, Alabama. Kelly Cox is from Southwest Virginia. She's new. Leanne Lowe from Batesville, Arkansas. And Karen Young, first session from Louisville, Kentucky. Becky from Chattanooga, Tennessee, new. Leah from Woodstock. Lily from Tennessee. And Kristen from Farmville, Virginia, new. Heather, I was mixing up several words there. Jennifer from Chatsworth, starting over. Glad you're here. Hello, Valerie, new in Kennesaw. And Diane, watching from Powder Springs, Georgia, first time, welcome. Sarah from Coleman, Alabama, refresher, awesome. I have relatives that used to live in Coleman. My grandparents did, my great-grandparents. Linda from Austell, Pam from Indianapolis, Indiana, Monica Young, Collier, Tennessee for a refresh. Debbie from Chatsworth starting over. Hello, Wendy from Cohutta, and Sandy, there's Sandy. Somebody was saying hello to you earlier. Been a member for a few years, need a refresh. Hey, Kelly, Southwest Iowa, new. Lily, first time, awesome. Monica Young, Collierville, Tennessee for a refresh. Welcome. I'm so glad that y'all are here. Okay, we're going to go ahead and get started. And you know what? The first thing I'm going to say is, and then we've got, oh, Diana saying that she's got family from Farmville, Virginia, Kristen. Okay, so this is the first thing I want to say to you tonight. The things that I say tonight, if you will take them and apply them to your life, the information that you learn tonight can change your life. I'm not joking you. I'm not saying that with hyperbole or anything. This is life-changing information if you'll take it and let it become what you do. Because I taught class on Saturday morning in Kennesaw, and you know what I told everybody? We learned it wrong the first time. This is what we should have been doing all along. Okay. But we got the world, we got the lots of noise, we got everybody trying to sell us stuff all the time. Okay. And we should have been doing this all along. So we learned it wrong the first time. And now we're relearning, and now we're learning the right stuff for the first time. If you will adopt this and apply this to your life, I want to assure you it will improve your life, it will change your life, and you'll be so thankful that you now have the answers to what you've been looking for, okay? Because it can change your life. All right, so I'm super excited, and welcome Heather from Charleston. I'm going to share a PowerPoint with you guys tonight, And I want you to know that you don't need to screenshot that PowerPoint or do anything like that. You will have access to it. In fact, it's already on the website. It's already there in the fast track laps. It's attached to the video for tonight, to this video. It'll be attached to that. So you don't need a screenshot. If you're going to do anything at all, I would say that you take notes, but screenshotting is really not that important. Okay. But if you're going to take notes would be important. So I'm going to share my screen with you and we're going to go ahead and get busy. Just real quick, just to let you know, in April of this year, I will have been with Shibboleth for 2 years. It took me about 5 months to lose 50 pounds. When I started Shibboleth, I only wanted to lose 35 pounds. I'd lost 35 pounds in about 3 months. I went into our maintenance program and lost another 15 pounds, which I didn't even know I had 50 pounds to lose, but I lost 50 pounds and I said, I'll take it. And I have been maintaining that 50-pound weight loss now for almost 19 months. So I'm super, super excited about that. And you know what I have? Thank you, Laura. You know what I have? I have what I call hashtag Shibboleth confidence, because once you learn this and once you put this into play, I'm going to tell you, it is not a diet. This is just what you do every single day, kind of like brushing your teeth and brushing your hair and putting on your deodorant. This is just your lifestyle. This is just what you're going to be doing to manage your life. I needed little check off boxes and I needed a systematic way of putting this all together. And that's exactly what Shibboleth is. It is a weight loss and weight management system. Hey, Cindy, I see you on Facebook. Everybody else on Facebook, hello. Okay, so this is a lifestyle, not a diet, all right? Now, a lot of times people do treat this as a diet in the beginning because they don't have any other real concept of what a lifestyle is. But there is, hang on, somebody's messaging me asking me if this is going on tonight. Let me just message them back. Everybody say hello to Patty Bass because I'm currently telling her. Yes. I just said hello to you in front of everybody, all 40-something people that are here. So you better get on here right now, period. So, and listen, I'm just talking to her because she's one of my virtual BFFs now with Shibboleth because I've gotten to know her through this lifestyle. Okay. But some people do treat this on a new member Facebook or on Zoom, period. Okay. So some people do treat it as a lifestyle. Hey, Brenda, I see you raising your hand on there. And if you have to treat it like a diet in the beginning, I totally understand that. I'll give it to you that you can treat it like that in the beginning, because most of the time when people start something like that, they're gung-ho. You can start it, you can do that, okay? But I want you to know that you're not going to have to white knuckle it through a diet in this, because that is not what this is all about. This is about us having a management system and tweaking. We call it swaps. We're swapping around some foods that you'll buy and doing them in a different way, okay? So let's go ahead and get started. So what I like to do is I like to teach you the basics. And when I say the basics, what I mean by that is what it is that you are going to be hearing, reading, and seeing when you're participating with things on our website or you're on our Facebook groups or we have an own private community too that we're tweaking right now. So once you're in there and you're reading things and you're saying things, hello, Patty. Everybody say hello to Patty. Y'all on Facebook, give some hearts to Patty. But so these are the words and the terms that you're going to start using, because when you're learning a new language, you got to figure out that language that you're going to be using. And thankfully this is all spoken in English. It's just different things than you've learned before. Okay, so the basics are, we have 2 modes on Shibboleth. We are either in weight loss mode or maintenance mode. So weight loss mode or maintenance mode. And I'm going to give you a tip right here. Weight loss mode is not meant to be the mode that you are in for the rest of your life. Let's lock it in, get it done, and then you get to live in maintenance, all right? And that's really what we want to do. There are three differences. There's three differences between weight loss and maintenance. One is simply the number of holidays that you can use in a calendar month. You're going to hear me say a lot of things that as you start to put these together, you'll see how it's a management system. And one is mentioning the calendar right now and holidays. We're going to be able to figure out how many holidays we can have in a month. So one difference is the number of holidays that you can have when you're in weight loss and maintenance. Two is simply how you can eat fruit. We'll talk about that in a little bit. And three is your mindset, because you might be starting off thinking diet, but I want you to know that this is lifestyle. And you'll get that. You'll start to get how it's a lifestyle, and it'll start to become part of what you do. And I want to promise you, the longer you do it, the easier it gets. And it'll just become your lifestyle, and it's going to change your life if you'll adopt it. Okay, let's see. Lynn Vance on in Zoom is saying, hey to Patty. I love it. Katinka, hey there. Awesome. Glad you're here. Glad you're here. Okay. We have two types of days. We either have a perfect day or a holiday. A holiday is simply a day where you're not meeting one of the components of what we call the Shibboleth shield. Okay, so that's a holiday. But a perfect day is just a day where we're meeting every component of the shield. Now, I want you to know that if you're brand new, or if you're coming here for a refresh because you haven't been doing this in a while, when you go into your journal and you click on that drop down menu and you drop down and there's like 16 different options of types of days, I want you to only think about perfect day and holiday. Because, see, we're going to keep this super, super simple in the beginning. We don't want to complicate anything. We want to keep it simple, and we want to get it down pat. So, perfect day or holiday, don't concern yourselves with the others. Now, what you can get excited about is this, though. Once you have those perfect days down and you are doing this lifestyle, 3 to 6 months, you got it down. When you are ready to advance into those other types of days, then you can do that. All right. So you can move into those other types of days. But in the beginning, don't even think about them, because I don't want you confusing yourself with them. Just do perfect day or holiday. You also would need to know the foundation of the lifestyle to be able to advance into those other days. So we're not going to think about those. Okay. Perfect day or holiday. And how many holidays are allowed? Well, first of all, I want to say that we do not call them cheat days. I have had people try to call them cheat days, and I have to correct them, because we don't call it a cheat day. Cheating has a negative connotation to it. So, and I used to be a school teacher and a principal. I don't like cheating. So we do not cheat. We're going to have a holiday and we're going to enjoy that day. Okay. Most of the time when we're having holidays, it is for celebratory reasons or just to enjoy the day for some reason, or a birthday, an anniversary, something special. So it's meant to be enjoyed. So we're not going to think of them in a negative way, like calling it a cheat day. They're holidays. All right. So when you are in weight loss mode, you can use up to 6 holidays in a calendar month. So again, management, you're managing what you're doing. This is so much better than what I was doing before. I was having 365 holidays a year before. And now I have reasonable amounts of holidays. I needed a management system. Y'all give me some shout outs right now if you need a management system, that you think a management system is going to help you. Good. I see those hands raised, because it will help you, a management system. And that's what this is. Okay. Once you get to maintenance mode, you can have up to 12 holidays in a calendar month. I'm not going to spend a whole bunch of time in talking about that in Fast Track, because in Fast Track, we're pretty much doing 6, okay? But how can you manage 12 holidays a month and still create and still maintain the success that you have? It's because those other days need to be what we call truly perfect days, okay? To offset any things that we did on the holidays. All right. But everything that I talk about in Fast Track is just 6 days or less. And you don't have to use all 6 of them. They're just there if you want to, okay? But you do have those 12 to look forward to in maintenance. And we can talk about that later once you get there. Now, how do you have a perfect day? Well, we simply follow the Shibboleth shield. Now, you may not have ever heard that word before, Shibboleth. Now, one, it's really pronounced by the Hebrews in the book of Judges in the Bible, it's really pronounced Shibboleth. Shibboleth. Okay, but our founder is from Harley, Georgia, little country town, and he says we call it Shibboleth. So it's just a little countrified with the long O accent. Shibboleth, Shibboleth. Okay, so we just think it's fun, and this is meant to be fun. We want to have fun with this, but if you want to know the background of where the name, how Travis and Sasha chose this name, you can watch the Origins of Shibboleth video that I've got marked as an announcement in the Facebook group. Okay, you can watch that on there. But after 2, what we call perfect days, after 2 perfect days, your body gets into what we call EFB. Those are going to be your 3 favorite letters. EFB, baby, efficient fat burning. Amen. We're going to learn how to efficiently burn fat. Do you know that I've tried in the past, and I'm sure you've tried in the past before, to burn fat or, quote, lose weight, but the things that we were doing weren't doing the job of efficiently burning fat. Now you're going to find out the secrets. Tonight, you're going to learn the secrets of efficient fat burning. So after 2 perfect days, your body will get into efficient fat burning. And then we want to string as many efficient fat burning days together as we can. Okay. And we're going to talk about a streak of that and just later on in the webinar tonight. So there's five components to having a perfect day: water, journal, combinations, portions, and timing. Out of those 5, I want you to hear right now, only one of them has to do with what you are eating. Water, you got to get that in. Journaling is writing down what you're eating. The combinations is what you're eating. Portion control is controlling the amount of what you're eating, but it's not what you're eating, it's the amount. And timing is giving ourselves a break from digestion. Okay. So those are the 5 things. I have learned to call those my 5 daily disciplines because I always wanted to know what it is. What should I be doing every single day that's going to help me either get off that weight I didn't want on me and then maintain this? I wanted to have a systematic lifestyle. I didn't want to do this. Nobody wants to do this with their weight. You want to be able to enjoy and then do the right thing, and then enjoy and do the right thing. It's like a beautiful cycle, and all things are cyclical. So we're going to teach you how to have this lovely lifestyle. Okay, component number 1 of the Shibboleth shield is water. We have got to drink at least half a gallon of water, up to a gallon of water each day. If you're looking at ounces, that would be 64 ounces to 128 ounces. To give you a visual, your minimum amount of water to get in would be 4 of these. Okay, that's your minimum. You must get that in order to say that you've had a perfect day. And being able to qualify that you're having perfect days is going to be important, because if you're using all of the wonderful management tools that are in our website, you're going to get these little icons on your own personal timing chart, and whether or not you had a perfect day or a holiday is going to matter. And being able to qualify your day as perfect or not is important, and this is part of it. Okay. So 64 ounces or greater to be able to say that you've had a perfect day. Now, there's some really important things about water that I'm not going to go over tonight, but you can search for different videos on water in our video library. But just know some of these things, you don't have to know why you're doing them. Just do them, okay? And just get started with it, because you'll learn later on why you're doing it, why these things are so important. But right now, just do it. Okay, but I do want you to know this. A dehydrated body, and many people think they're hydrated and they're not, okay? But a dehydrated body will not efficiently give up fat or waste. And we need fat to be metabolizing and moving out, and waste to be moving out regularly, okay? So we're going to do lots and lots of water. All right. Heather is asking what can you use in your water? Really, we would prefer that you just have clean, clear water. Okay. If you wanted to add something like lemon or lime or cucumbers, you could do that, and that would count as your water. But none of those other drops and stuff like that would count towards the ounces. If you want to have that in addition to your ounces, you could, but that doesn't count as water unless it's just lemon, lime, or cucumber, like Patty's saying up there for you, Heather. Patty's my assistant, by the way, y'all. One of them. Okay. Component number 2 of the Shibboleth Shield is journaling. This is the activity that is going to create the behavior modification that we need. I mean, raise your hand right now if you need to modify your behavior. Okay. I know that I did. I needed to modify the behavior, and journaling helps us do that. Thank you all for raising your hand. It helps you do that. So we're going to write down what we eat. If you bite it, you write it. If you nibble it, you scribble it. If you drink it, you ink it. And if you hog it, you log it. Okay. Write down everything that you eat. And it's just as important to write down your holidays. And maybe if you didn't feel so hot after that holidays, there is a box in the bottom for notes. Okay. You want to write down your feelings and how you're thinking about these things. It is very, very important that you do that. So write all of that down. See, you are now a citizen of planet Shibboleth. It's a wonderful planet to be on, okay? We're all very encouraging and we're going to help each other, but there are no idle bites on planet Shibboleth. So if you put it in your mouth, you write it down, because it will be a learning process, okay? And this is the behavior mod part that's extremely important. Okay. Component number 3 of the shield is combinations. Let me just say secret alert, okay? Secret alert right here. Combining foods in a way that controls insulin is going to help us burn off that unwanted body fat. What we're really not doing is we're really not collecting new fat while we're accessing and burning off the old fat. It all works together. It's lovely. So we're going to eat properly combined meals. We're going to eat in a way that controls insulin, aka the fat bus. Properly combined meals keep away the fat bus. We're going to do one slide on this tonight, and I'm going to teach you the science behind it. But you've got to come back for tomorrow night's webinar, because it's 1 hour on this. And y'all, even though we only have one of those 5 daily disciplines that I like to call them, has to do with what you're eating, it's important to know, right? So tomorrow night is 1 hour on this. No, Heather, it will not. And it will help it. Okay. Component number 4 of the Shibboleth Shield is portion control. Now, most of the time when somebody wakes up and they say, I've got to lose weight, when somebody says that, they automatically know I've got to eat less. They do. But how do you measure? How do you measure what you should be eating? So we're going to eat properly portioned meals from a 6 to 8 inch plate using the 2-hand rule. Okay. We carry our measuring tools with us wherever we go, right here. Okay. So no matter what size plate that you have, your 2-hand rule trumps whatever size plate you have. Okay. And when I say 6 to 8 inch plate, I don't mean the 2-inch rim around the edge. The center part are 6 inches, because that's about where your hands will fit. But what you do, and it's not like this, my husband tries to do this over the plate and everything. I put a picture of that up one time, and somebody said, can he be my mentor? I said, no, he cannot. But you're going to take your 2 hands, you're going to put your fingers together as close as possible. You're going to move your thumbs out of the way. You're going to put your hands together as close as possible. You cannot see, right? You cannot see. And then you're going to lower your hands down over your food. And the reason I say that is because you're not doing this, okay? You're not doing that. You lay your hands down over your food. And as long as you cannot see your food sticking out around your hands, then you've portion controlled. Y'all think about this. Our stomachs are not bigger than this. They're not. If we're eating more food than this, we're stretching out our stomach. We're damaging a very important organ. And it's kind of stretched out. It was stretched out before. And now I just do my portion control. Okay. So that's how we're going to portion control. If you're taking notes, please write this down because this gets asked a lot. So you'll just want to go ahead and know. In 1 pound of fat, there's 3,500 calories. In 1 pound of fat, there's 3,500 calories. So the last time I needed to lose weight, I had overeaten by 175,000 calories. So what happens is we eat calories on a day, and if they don't get burned off in a day, then we've got excess calories. They get stored. And so what we're going to do now is, in order to lose weight, we've got to be in a daily, weekly calorie deficit, because every time we are in a calorie deficit of 3,500 calories, we're going to burn a pound of fat. But I do want you to know that doesn't happen overnight. We can't be in a 3,500 calorie deficit in one day. Okay, so that's going to happen over a course of time. But see, now you'll know what to do, and it'll all be working together. Okay, so we're going to portion control. But with us living in this calorie deficit for the portion control, we don't even really count calories. Okay. That's a great thing. I did not want to have to count calories. This thing just makes so much sense to me because I don't have to even keep up with all of that. So we're going to live in our daily, weekly calorie deficit so that we get into that calorie deficit. But by combining foods in a way that control insulin, we're not going to be gaining new fat while we're burning off the fat that's there. Because do you know what fat is? It's really just stored energy. It's just energy that we ate, because a calorie is a unit of energy. We ate it. It didn't get burned. It got stored. And then that happened over day after day after day. And then we have to get that back off. Okay, so is everything that I'm saying right now making sense? Y'all give me some thumbs up or raise your hands or anything if this is all making sense. Do y'all see? Awesome, awesome. Do y'all see how this is a management system? You wake up every day. I set all my water on the counter. I want to see that leave every day. So I manage that. I write down what I eat, and I combine foods in a way that controls insulin, and I portion control my foods. So there's 5 daily disciplines. We've been over 4. Thank you, Heather. We've been over 4 of them. Those are the 4 that you have to meet in order to say that you're having a perfect day. But there's one other one that's very, very important. Before I move to that one, I want to give you a little quote from one of our amazing members who's lost over 111 pounds, Amanda Hicks. She said that we've all heard, do everything in moderation, but we didn't know how to measure moderation. Well, because my moderation could be different from my sister Melanie's moderation, who I see on there right now. So that could be different, right? But now we have a way to measure moderation, and those first 4 is how we're going to measure that moderation. The 5th one is very, very important, but if we don't hit this one just right, then it's okay. And I say that because we all live different lifestyles. So we give you the guidelines for this timing one, but based on your lifestyle, you might have to adjust it. We all wake up at different times, have different jobs, work first shift, second shift, third shift, all kinds of things, and kids, no kids, and a variety. So this is your timing part that's important. Okay, so you can have up to 3 meals a day. It is best if you eat those 4 to 6 hours apart. Now, the reason that you are doing 4 to 6 hours apart is because we have been grazing. Okay. Grazing is not good for us. Grazing hurts our metabolism, contrary to popular belief. Grazing also hurts our digestive system. There's a lot of digestive issues out there, and it's because we are overworking the digestive system. Think about this. If you have a factory or a piece of machinery or something that works absolutely all the time and it never stops, that machine is going to break down. Well, our digestive system is being overworked. How many of you have diverticulitis episodes or other episodes of digestive problems? If you've got that, your digestive system is probably being overworked. So this will help give it that break that it needs. So when you eat breakfast, do you know that breakfast really isn't gone for about 36 hours? And we're already putting new food in on top of that at lunch, and then we're doing it at dinner and all of that. We got to change that. AJ and Anita, that's the first thing is admitting that. Good job. Now we got to change it. So that's good. Cindy is asking if ghee counts for MCT. Well, it's 40 to 45% MCTs, but it's not 100%, Cindy. We'll talk about that in just a minute. Hey, Michelle. Heather, and Heather right now is saying she's always been told to eat 6 meals a day. That's because they're trying to feed us a lot, Heather. Somebody's trying to sell us something because they want us to eat a lot of food, right? So that's not what we're going to do. If you think about it, our ancestors, they just ate breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We're hurting our kids too. I won't go into all this, but we're hurting our kids too because they're taking all these snacks to school and snack after school. And it's just, they don't need to be eating that much. Okay. So 4 to 6 hours apart. That's really what we should be doing. Okay. But we are creating here a lifestyle that people will sustain, can sustain, and manage, okay, and will enjoy. So what we call this, Travis says, if you have a moment of mental weakness, okay, because we really could make it from breakfast to lunch, from lunch to dinner, from dinner to bedtime. We could do that, all right? But in those moments where you think you cannot make it, we'd rather you not give up a perfect day. We'd rather you not give up a perfect day. So we have things that we call freebies, an extra, and a snack. All right. And you can utilize those. And in the beginning, because you're used to going probably from grazing a lot to something different, you might want to say that that you might use one of those, that you might use those. But after you've been doing this for a little while, you might have to dial it in a little bit more and give one of those up. Okay. But you can use 3 meals a day, freebies, an extra, and a snack. Now let's talk about this though. If you eat breakfast and then mid-morning you have an extra, which is just a little something extra, you have lunch, then you have a snack, then you have dinner, and then you eat freebies at night just because you don't know how to self-discipline. What does this look like? What does this 6 eating episodes look like? What's that look like, y'all? Somebody's going to type it in. What's that look like if you eat all that? Demetrius, you can exercise during weight loss. Totally fine. Thank you. Grazing. Jennifer says too much. I love it. It's like grazing. So, hey, thank you, Brenda. I get that on there. And look, I have a new friend today. See, I have my cow for hog trough day. I mean, my pig for hog trough days. I have a new friend that I got at Bucky's today. We're not going to graze. This little guy right here has one stomach that is in 4 compartments for grazing and chewing his cud and all of that. We don't do that. We don't have 4 compartments in our stomach. So grazing, that would be too much. But is that if you were to utilize all perfect combined meals, all portion controlled, and if your freebies, your extra, and your snack were all approved, would that still be a perfect day? If you did all of that, would that still be a perfect day? That's right, Jennifer. That would still be a perfect day. But I want you to know, in this world of having a perfect day, when it comes to this timing part and your amount that you're eating and everything, there's really good, better, and best. That would be a good Shibboleth perfect day because you're still portion controlling, you're still combining right, and the freebies, the extra, or the snack would all have to be approved anyway. And we only put approved stuff in the food library for you to choose from. Okay, so that would be a good Shibboleth perfect day. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, we went through pigs and chickens and cows and everything. And of course, I got pink because I'm having myself a pink pig, a pink farm animal collection here. But so that would be a good Shibboleth perfect day. But let's say that you did 3 meals and maybe you did a freebie at night. Maybe you wanted just a little something. And so you had maybe some sugar-free Jell-O just to satisfy that mental I need or want something. That would be an even better perfect day. But then if you choose to just have 3 meals, breakfast for the Father, lunch for the Son, and dinner for the Holy Spirit, 3 times, 3 meals to sit down and say, thank you, Lord, for this food that you've given me to enjoy. Thank you that I'm learning this lifestyle. We're going to do this, and I'm going to do this to honor you. So when you sit down and you have 3 meals like that, you've had one of the best Shibboleth days, okay? And you're not grazing, you're helping your digestive system, you are really helping your efficient fat burning as well, okay? So there's good, better, and best, and I know that each day is going to be different and it's going to be a whole process, but I wanted you to know the full amount. You don't want to go over, but then the optimized would just be 3 meals. Let's see, Sarah says, is it better to try to go as long as you can in the morning to wait and eat breakfast like 10 a.m. or better to space meals 4 to 6 hours? Well, whatever time you eat your first meal of the day, Sarah, is going to be your first meal of the day. It's basically your breakfast, even if it's at lunch. But Sarah, that only depends on if you like to wait. Okay, so if you like to wait to eat later, then wait. And then whenever you have that first meal, then you're going to wait 4 to 6 hours for the next one. And then you're going to wait 4 to 6 hours for the next one and you're done. Or maybe if you wait to eat so late in the day, maybe you only eat 2 meals and a snack. That would be fine too. That's 3 eating episodes. That would be fine. 2 meals and a snack. But see, Sarah, I wouldn't want to wait till 10 o'clock in the morning because I like to eat in the morning. So this is what I do. And most people aren't going to want to do what I do. Okay. But I eat at 8, noon, and 4, and then I don't eat again. That's what I do. Okay. But not everybody can do that. That's why, but this is why this timing page is so personal, because it all depends on what you like to do. But whatever time you have your first meal of the day, 4 to 6 hours for the next one, and then 4 to 6 hours for the next one. And if you like to wait to eat, that's totally fine. That is really great intermittent fasting. I intermittent fast kind of backwards. I stop eating at 4 and then I don't eat again until 8 o'clock the next morning. You're welcome. You're welcome. Okay, so the next slide, this is important. Y'all get ready to take notes if you are taking notes, because component number 3 of the shield is eating foods that are properly combined, eating meals that are properly combined, okay? Yeah, that'd be fine, Demetrius. That would be fine. Yes, there are certain things that you can do for low blood sugar episodes. And in fact, in the food library, there's an entire, that's okay, Demetrius, that is an entire link. So they give you some different things, but totally fine. Yeah. And Kelly says, I use IMF from around 12 p.m. to 8 p.m. That's fine. You can totally do that. Yeah. Okay, so there are 7 categories of food, and pretty much in your first 7 to 10 days, we just talk about like whole foods and eating some whole foods. But I want you to know, if you were eating Pop-Tarts and cereal before, we have a lot of awesome and great meal replacements that you can find out grocery stores, Walmart's, our Shibboleth store, that are going to help you. They're going to help you. Yeah, Kelly, you don't have to eat breakfast. That's not a problem. Not a problem at all. But when I'm talking this, the reason I start talking with whole foods is because it's important for us to learn this foundational thing. This is what we should have been using and learning instead of that food pyramid from the government. This is what we should have been learning all along, but they didn't teach us this, okay? But if we like those quick and easy things, just know we have those as well. Okay, so there's 7 categories of food. Category 1 is a lean protein. You might see the abbreviation LP. Category 1, lean protein, LP. This is where you would find egg whites, chicken breast, non-fat Greek yogurt, lots of things. Category 2, fibrous carbs, FC. This is where you're going to find green beans, broccoli, asparagus. Also know that we have well over 60 approved bread or bread type items that qualify as a category 2. When a bread qualifies as a category 2, it means that it has enough fiber in it that it breaks down in your body more like a green bean than a bread. And this is a hallelujah moment for most people. We don't exclude any food groups on Shibboleth. We just pick the best of the best and teach you how to use them. Category 3, energy carbs, or EC. This is where you're going to find all of your potatoes, corn, lima beans. Most of your lighter colored beans are going to be there. Category, did I say 3? Anyway, y'all can read it. Category 4, protein plus fat, PF. This is where you're going to find your whole eggs, all cuts of steak, dark meat chicken, chicken with skin, different things like that, chicken wings, pork chops. Category 6 is fruit, FR. Sometimes on a document or some places in our website, you'll see it as an antioxidant carb or AC. So I just want you to know that antioxidant carb or AC is the same thing as fruit or FR. Category 6 is superfood, SF. This is where you're going to find most of your darker colored beans, nuts, seeds, nut butters, avocado. Category 7 is shellfish, SHF. Now, not to confuse anybody, but shellfish is really just a lean protein. It's really just a category 1, but because some people are allergic to it and some people, for medical reasons, allergies, and biblical reasons, they don't want to eat shellfish, okay? So all shellfish just got pulled off and put in its own category. So if you don't eat shellfish, you don't even have to concern yourself with any number 7s, okay? But all of your fish is going to be in a lean protein category. All shellfish, which basically is any other thing that lives in water that's not a fish, even if it doesn't have a shell. Octopus does not have a shell. It would still be considered shellfish, okay? So anything else that lives in water that's not a fish goes in your shellfish category. But you've got your bookends of the program. Category 1 and category 7. They're really just lean proteins. I would need to look up veal and lamb, Demetrius. They're there. They're approved. I just don't know if they're probably category 4s. We're going to call them category 4s, but if you'll remind me in the end, I'll pop over into the food library and look them up for you. But they're approved. I just don't know which one. So your category 1 and your category 7 is your lean proteins. So anytime somebody says, oh, you're going to need a lean protein with that, then it can come from a category 1 or a category 7, whichever one that you want. Okay, so there are 5, and y'all need to write this down. There are 5 of these categories that do not even have to be combined, okay, that you can eat them by themselves and you'd be all right. Now, and I'm going to tell you which ones they are. So this is what you want to write down. Category 1, lean protein. Category 2, fibrous carbs. Category 4, protein plus fat. Category 6, superfood. Category 7, shellfish. Those 5 you can eat by themselves. So basically, I left off category 3, energy carb, and category 5, fruit. Those must be combined properly, okay? So if you are going to eat a category 3 energy carb, so let's just say that you want some lima beans, okay? So if you're going to eat some lima beans, you're going to do about 1/4 cup of lima beans, because you know we're using our 2-hand rule, okay? Those lima beans are going to sit about right there. That's going to be about 1/4 cup of lima beans. Now here's the science. Here's the science. Y'all listen very, very closely. Patty looked them up, Demetrius. Veal and lamb are a category 4 protein plus fat. Thank you, Patty. And Anita, the deer, like on venison meat, venison is a lean protein unless y'all have added fat to it in the processing of it. Okay. Yeah, you're welcome. Patty said, Demetra says, thank you. Okay. So those lima beans that you've eaten, y'all listen closely to the science. This is huge. The lima beans elevate your blood sugar just because of their nutritional makeup, okay? But all of these things are good for us. We just need to eat them combined properly. So it's going to elevate your blood sugar. Your pancreas is going to excrete insulin in order to deal with the blood sugar elevation, okay? But now that you're learning this is important information. Now that you're learning this, you're going to say to yourself, oh, I need to eat a lean protein and a fibrous carb with those lima beans. I'm going to keep it real simple. Chicken breast and green beans. Okay. So the chicken breast is going to be here. That's going to be your lean protein source. Your green beans are going to be here. That's going to be your fibrous carb. So your lima beans are here. So the lima beans elevate your blood sugar. Your pancreas secretes the insulin that to help regulate your blood sugar. But you now know I need to eat in a way that controls insulin. You've paired it with the lean protein, the chicken breast. The protein that's in the chicken breast and the fiber that's in the green beans are going to help neutralize the insulin release that came from the lima beans. You have just eaten an insulin controlling, properly combined meal. Okay. So what you did was you controlled insulin with that meal. You let food kind of be its medicine. God intended for food to be our medicine. And we've done that now properly, which we didn't know before. I didn't know that before Shibboleth. So now we're going to do that and we're going to eat that in the right way. But add a quarter of a cup of lima beans. You also didn't overeat lima beans. So your pancreas did secrete a little bit of insulin, but it wasn't massive doses and doses of it. Y'all, I was out to eat on Friday night at a restaurant, Raised on the River in Atlanta. And on the menu, it said 1 pound potato. I took a picture of it. I posted it in the new member Shibboleth group. I said, y'all, a 1 pound potato is not approved. Not approved. Okay. Because if you eat a 1 pound potato, your body is going to have to secrete so much insulin. And if you're eating that, that's going to be my next example when I finish talking about fruit next. Your body's going to collect the fat in that. So that's a different science thing. So does that make sense, y'all? Does that make sense that if you eat an energy carb, that you must combine it? Okay, I'm seeing the hands raised. I like that. Yay, Jennifer. Awesome. Okay, that's making sense. I see some hearts on Facebook. Good. Okay, same thing. Thank you, Michelle. Same thing with fruit. If you want to eat fruit, Patty, if you want to eat fruit in weight loss mode, you must combine it properly. Okay. Now we're talking weight loss mode. So y'all don't even think about the fruit. I'm going to explain how you can eat fruit in weight loss, in maintenance, but we're focused on weight loss right now. So if you want to have, let's just say you want to have some berries, then you need to eat it with a lean protein and a fibrous carb. So maybe you make yourself an egg white spinach omelet. Then you'll have a properly combined meal. Or maybe you do some Oikos 000 yogurt or some Greek non-fat yogurt or some cottage cheese or something. And then maybe you put some hemp flakes, which we'll talk about those later, but a lot of people use those to get their fibrous carb in. Hemp flakes in there, and then put some berries in there, and you have yourself a nice little parfait. Okay, so there's a lot of different things that you can do, but you've got to combine that properly. Now, remember how in the beginning I said there's 2 modes, weight loss mode and maintenance mode? And I said that there was 3 differences between the 2 modes. 1 is how many holidays you can use in a month. 2 is how you eat fruit, and 3 is your mindset. Let's go back to that fruit one. Once you get to maintenance, if you would like to have a serving of fruit as a snack, you can do that. You can do that in maintenance, but you don't want to do that in weight loss because we got to be super, super controlling with that insulin control when we are in weight loss. Okay. All right. So now what the base, well, we'll recap that in a second. Let's look at this protein plus fat. This is a hot topic that I say that category 4 can be eaten by itself. It can be eaten by itself, but now what we're not doing is we are not doing that on a regular basis, okay? We're not making that our every single meal, and we are not piling up a fat keto plate. No, we're not doing that. And if you wanted to eat protein plus fat by itself, it would still be under your protein source hand. It would still be under this. It's not like we're piling up our plate, okay? But the reason I like to tell you that you can have that by itself is because in a pinch, you might need to eat that by itself. And see, everything that we're going to teach you in Shibboleth is situational eating. Have you ever been in a situation and you're like, what would be the best thing to eat? Well, now you're going to find out because we're going to teach you this in Shibboleth. Let's say that you wake up tomorrow morning and you want to have a perfect breakfast, but you haven't gone to the grocery store yet to start this new lifestyle, and you've got eggs. Make yourself some scrambled eggs. Perfect meal number one. Okay. Let's say that you end up at a luncheon and you go over and you look at all the little chafing dishes and you're like, ooh, fat bus city, fat bus city, fat bus city. Ooh, they've got steak. I'm going to eat the steak. That is a perfect meal. Okay. Now, when you're making that steak at home, are you optimally going to put it with a category 2 fibrous carb? Yes. But if you are just having no more than your protein amount of your hand, you can eat that by itself. But let's talk about the classic plate of a steak and a baked potato, because this is important. This is very, very important for y'all to learn. A steak is a good protein and it's got some really healthy natural fats in it, and portion controlled. A protein plus fat is not going to hurt us. That fat is going to get used for certain functions in our body, and it's going to get used up as energy and dissipate as heat. But what we don't want to have happen with that fat is we don't want to have it get stored, right? We don't want to store new fat while we're accessing and burning off stored energy, which is fat. So if we eat that potato, and let's talk about that 1 pound potato that I saw on that menu, our blood sugar elevation is going to shoot through the roof. Our pancreas is going to secrete dose after dose after dose of insulin to deal with that blood sugar elevation. Okay. But it's going to get super excited because, see, this insulin is a growth hormone and it's coming out to regulate our blood sugar, but instead it says, wait a minute, they ate steak with that and there's some fat out there. Fat bus is going to go to town. It's going to go around and pick up all the fat and it's going to store it wherever it is that you normally store that stuff. It's taking it there. That's what happens in that meal. That's the science behind what happens in that meal. Now, you're learning this now. How many of you right now are going, oh, crap, I wish she hadn't said that because I like steak and baked potato. Who's saying they like steak and baked potato? May I have a vegetable called nopals? It's cactus. Looks like string beans. Demetrius, I have no idea. So I would have to look that one up. And I am not even sure that that was in our library, but we'll have to look that one up, Demetrius. Okay. I will. Demetrius. Okay. Okay, Katinka, thank you. All right. We all have enjoyed a good steak and baked potato. I want you to ask yourself, are you eating a steak and a baked potato? Patty says that cactus is a category 2, which would be a approved to have with that. Okay. You can have a steak and a baked potato. If that's your like go-to thing, you can do that up to 6 times a month. How many just yay! You can do that. See, there's nothing that you can't have on Planet Shibboleth. We just don't need to be doing that every day. Thank you, Patty. We don't need to be doing that every day, all right? Does that make y'all happy? You can still have it. You can still have it, okay? But you get to have it more reasonably. You see, management system, okay? Yay! So have I had a steak and baked potato since I started Shibboleth? Yeah, sure I have. But I'm still maintaining my 50-pound weight loss because that's not what I'm choosing to do all the time now. Okay, so these are important things for us to learn and know. Now, if you're wanting to have a steak and let's say you go out to Longhorn and you want a perfect meal, then you need to order steak and broccoli or steak and green beans or steak and side salad, whatever fibrous carb they have. That would be what you would put with that at a restaurant. So we can do everything on Planet Shibboleth. It's just going to be certain days we're going to have different foods on certain days than the other one. Okay. Yes, it cannot be the 1 pound potato. No. All right. So I hope that has helped, because what we just went over was like the basic guidelines of it. But tomorrow night is 1 full hour on starting to familiarize ourselves with what foods go in each one of the categories and how they look combined. So please join tomorrow night. Let's look at this combination chart real quick. I want to explain what this means, because it really looks like numbers and letters. This is not algebra, and we're not doing math. Okay. So let's look at the blue column. This blue column is really our lifestyle column. Okay, these two columns are better for weight loss. These are okay in weight loss, but if you were doing this every single meal in weight loss, you're probably not going to see the results that you want fast as you want them, because everybody wants them super fast, right? But what this means is, do you see this 1 and do you see this LP? This number is not quantity. This is the category number. Sweet potato is a category 3. So this is a category 1 lean protein and a category 6 superfood with a category 2 fibrous carb. Y'all give me some thumbs up if that makes sense, that this is not quantity, that this is the category number, and okay, awesome. And the category abbreviation. That's what those are. So it's just saying that you can put a lean protein with a superfood and a fibrous carb. Okay, good. That's all that's saying. And then you're going to see how there's less things over here, because you're going to have less of a chance of any insulin coming out with these two. Okay, so that just means a lean protein by itself. This means a lean protein cooked in MCT oil, which we're going over on the next slide. All right, so I hope that makes sense. Okay, so important rules. Yay, Lily, good. I'm glad that makes sense. Awesome, good. See, it really is just having explained to you the first time what that means. And all of those lines, those are just like one of the meals that you would choose for one of the 3 meals that you have in a day. So a category 1 lean protein with a category 2 fibrous carb cooked up in MCT oil, or a category 7 shellfish with a category 2 MCT are the fastest fat burning combinations. If you want to eat a category 3, which is an energy carb, or category 5, which is fruit, you must eat it with a lean protein, which can come from category 1 or 7, remember, and a category 2 fibrous carb. And then we do not eat our category 4s. This is very important. We don't eat our category 4s with any of the categories that are going to bring an insulin release, because we don't want it to store the fat. So we're not going to have that with category 3 energy carbs, category 5 fruit, or category 6 superfoods. All meat at a restaurant should be considered a category 4, because you don't know what oil they cooked it in. And if they didn't cook it in an approved oil, like let's say chicken breast, which at home, if you fixed it, you'd use a proper oil and it would be a lean protein. If you cook it in an oil that's unapproved, which most restaurants are, then that's going to turn it into a protein plus fat. And you need to consider it a protein plus fat. That'll keep you from ordering it with any 3s, which are your energy carbs, 5s, which is your fruit, or 6s, which is your superfoods. Valeria, ghee is considered, it's an approved oil, okay, but it's 40 to 45% MCTs, not 100%. So speaking of that, we're going to go over our approved oils, and y'all hang with me. I've been really excited tonight and talking a lot more than I normally do. Normally I finish this in an hour and it's going to be about 10 minutes after. So please hang with me, okay? Because this is important. Approved cooking oils. We really highly encourage you to use 100% MCT oil, medium chain triglyceride. I want to say secret alert right here. Changing up your oil is a secret alert, because if you're using olive oil, canola oil, vegetable oil, and those other oils, those are long chain triglycerides. They have a great propensity to be stored on your body as fat. We don't want to store fat. So we're going to use medium chain triglycerides that burn up like that. They have almost no propensity to be stored on your body as fat. Yes, Roseanne. So That's what we want to use, 100% medium chain triglycerides, okay? The second approved cooking oil with Shibboleth is coconut oil. But coconut oil is not 100% medium chain triglycerides. It's 66%. But you can use it. It is approved. But if you think you're trying to make your fastest fat burning combination and you're trying to get 100% coconut oil, the ingredients on the bottle should say 100% medium chain triglycerides. Ghee butter, all ghee butter is, it's butter, but it's been clarified, meaning all of the milk solids have been taken out of it and all just the fats left. When this is 40 to 45% MCTs, this is important because this makes us have a really great lifestyle. Because when you want to make shrimp scampi, or if you want to dip some crab legs or lobster in some butter, then you use ghee butter, you're still good. Okay. So this is kind of us trying to be situational, use butter, the ghee butter for that flavor to make that meal taste like it should. And we can use that. You can also use 0-calorie cooking spray. Heather says, where can you find MCT oil? I've looked in several grocery stores. So they do have them in grocery stores, but I'm going to show you, and I'm going to show you the best and absolute easiest way. I got to stop my share real quick. I got to go over to something else. You want to see the best way to order MCT oil? Let me get over here. You go to the Shibboleth store and you order it. And I am sitting here going to tell you it will save you time. It will save you gas money. So you click on store. And you also know that you are getting the one that we believe in. Now, you can buy this stuff from wherever you want to. Do you see how I just typed in MCT in the search bar? See right here where it says zero drag? You click right there. Non-members would pay $29.19 for it, but members pay $23.35. It's a nice size bottle. It's been optimized for cooking. Okay, this is what I would do. I wouldn't even hunt for that in the grocery store. You got time, you got driving around, you got gas money. Just order it and get about $7 or $10 more, $30 or more ships for free. That's what I would do. Are they out of bio coffee? We'll see. Looks like we got bio coffee in, Lynn. Yeah, bio coffee's in. But you can really find MCT oils in other health food stores and other grocery stores. It just might not be the one that you're doing. But people keep asking me if these oils are approved. And I tell this every Sunday night. When you are buying an MCT oil, you've got to flip over the, look, I'm going to show you something else. See this right here? Do y'all see where it says, see where it says ingredients? 100% medium chain triglyceride oil. Y'all see that? That's important because people keep trying to show me ones that say medium chain triglyceride from coconut oil. That's just coconut oil. And that's only 66%. So if you're trying to get 100% MCTs, where it says ingredients, it needs to say 100% medium chain triglyceride oil. Okay. Oh, sorry, Jennifer. Oh, you can use regular coffee. Bio coffee is just a like a specialty coffee. It is an alkaline coffee. It's really, really good for you. Yeah, you can do regular coffee. That's totally fine. Bio coffee is just a specialty coffee. Okay, sorry about that, y'all. So maybe it is out. I don't know. But I'm sure it's being ordered. It's already ordered. We just wait just a day or two. Check back, Lynn. It'll be in there. Okay, so you can also use 0-calorie cooking spray. So let me tell you how I use these. When I am cooking a lean protein, whether it's from category 1 or category 7, I use medium chain triglycerides. But when I'm cooking my eggs or any protein plus fat, I use 0-calorie cooking spray. So there's my management system with that. Medium chain triglycerides have a muscle preserving effect and a metabolism building effect. Okay, so it's good for you if you're using it properly. There is a lot of noise out there about medium chain triglycerides and how we should use them. We are not going to use them to make bulletproof coffee, take as a supplement, or put in shakes. We're not going to do those things, okay? We're going to use it for 3 reasons. If you're cooking in a pot or a pan and you need some oil, then you can use it. 1 tablespoon per serving. So if you're making 1 piece of chicken for yourself, 1 tablespoon. If you're making 4 pieces of chicken for the family, then you could use 4 tablespoons in there, okay? You can use it in recipes. That's our second way. And you can make approved salad dressings with it. So those are the 3 reasons that we're going to use medium chain triglyceride. But never feel like you need to get it in. It's not that type of thing. You're going to use it as your oil swap. You're going to swap canola oil, vegetable oil, olive oil, whatever other oils you were using for these oils. My MCT oil says medium chain triglycerides from organic coconut. Okay, that is not 100% MCT oil, Troy. That is coconut oil. It's not 100%. You can still use it as coconut oil, Troy. You can still use it as coconut oil, but I just like for people to understand the difference. 100% is going to help you make those fastest fat burning combinations, but the coconut oil is still approved, Troy. It's just not 100%. That's why I purposefully go into all of that, because I want people to know what they're truly looking for. The other thing is, when you're using medium chain triglycerides, make sure that you cook on low to medium heat. Otherwise, it will set off your smoke detector because it burns up that quickly. All right. So let's wrap up this as a lifestyle, okay? We want to remain in EFB as often as possible. And y'all can say in your heads right now, what does EFB mean? Efficient fat burning. So listen to this. We are striving for perfect days, okay? But planned or unplanned, a holiday is coming. Planned or unplanned, a holiday is coming. But now you've got a plan for after you've had that holiday. See, I didn't have that plan before. And now I go into like 50 days of holidays, and then I might do 1 week of good. See, now I do the opposite because I've got a manageable system. Okay. So after a holiday, though, this is part of the system. After a holiday, it takes 2 perfect days again to get back into EFB. So on your timing chart, in your journal, you're going to mark what type of day you're having. In your timing chart, you're going to see these little icons that are going to give you a great visual of what your days look like, okay? So after 2 perfect days, you get back into EFB. This is important, y'all listen, when we are in EFB, our body is going to burn stored energy for the energy that we need, rather than easily accessible, unapproved oils, starchy or sugary carbs. Because if we're not giving our body unapproved oils, which it has to gnaw through for a very long period of time, and they rarely get burned up on the same day. They're longer fat lipids and they're dense. It takes a long time to burn them up. And if we're giving ourselves starchy and sugary carbs, super easily accessible sources of energy. If we are not giving our body that, and our body needs energy, guess where it has to get it from? Stored energy. So you're going to be eating on Shibboleth. You're going to be eating good foods on Shibboleth. You're just going to be managing it and eating it in a way where your body, when it needs that energy, it's going to have to burn stored energy. Amen. Hallelujah. Say right now, I know. I see what she's saying. It makes sense. I can do this. Y'all now have the secret. You've been given the secret tonight, y'all. I promise you. Got to be applied, though. So just to recap what the fat bus is. The fat bus is insulin. Insulin is a growth hormone. Heather just says, am I going to go through a thing that people call flu, like a keto flu? what I want to say to that is you may have like little detoxing, Heather, because some people, thank you for those hallelujah hands, Cindy. Heather, some people will have a headache and stuff because they were so addicted to sugar before that they might have a headache like that. Okay, you may have a headache, but that would really just be getting off of sugar. The other thing that I did have somebody, they messaged me one day and they said, I am so tired. Is that normal? And you know what I said to her? I said, Amen. You are going through the switch. Your body is having to access stored energy. See, do you realize that stored energy, that fat that you want to burn off, that is a harder to access, okay? It's harder to access. And if you haven't been giving your body that easily accessible sources of energy and it's having to access that stored energy, it'll kind of take it out of you. So I said, that's good news. That's really good news. Okay. That's going to be, you might be tired for a day or two, but your body will get used to that and it'll be fine. Okay. Yeah. Good, Heather. She said, am I tired? Am I supposed to be tired? I said, that's great. Just bear with it for a couple of days and you'll be okay. Okay. So insulin is a growth hormone. It's a fat storage hormone. That's why we have to control it because we don't want to store new fat while we're accessing and burning off old fat. After an insulin release, fat storage will occur for up to 48 hours, meaning you are out of EFB. That's why it takes 2 perfect days to get back into EFB. What's happening during those 2 days? Insulin is dissipating, and all of the glycogen, which is sugar, that was stored in your liver and in your muscles is going away. That's why on the 3rd day, you're back into EFB. So that on that 3rd day, your body's back having to access that stored energy again. Okay. Is this making sense, y'all? I need it to make sense. That's important to me. As a teacher, that's very important. Insulin, awesome. Thank you, Jennifer. Insulin also increases appetite. Have you ever eaten ice cream? Then all of a sudden you wanted the honey roasted barbecue chips. Then you wanted the Oreos. Then you wanted a pickle. And then you're like, why am I doing this? Yay, Lynn, thank you. It's because insulin will send your appetite off the charts. And if you're running low levels of insulin through your body all the time, drinking sweet tea and Cokes and all of that, you're just running low levels of insulin. You're storing all the fat. Not good, not good. Okay, after the fat bus has been on its rounds, it takes 2 perfect days to get back into EFB. What are you going to eat this week? You do not, Demetrius. Demetrius, I did not take very many holidays in my weight loss period at all. I was gung-ho, ready to go, wanted it off. You do not have to take holidays during weight loss. You don't. Mm-mm. Nope. Okay. So what are you going to eat this week? I want you to keep it super, super simple. Please keep it simple. Pick something, make a list of 7 lean proteins that you like. Make a list of 7 fibrous carbs that you like. And literally, like you were in kindergarten or 1st grade, and your teacher said, match something from this category, this row that would look good with this row or this column. You go green beans and chicken, 96% lean ground meat and broccoli. Okay, it's that simple in the beginning. And if you're already eating like Pop-Tarts and stuff like that, you need to find some meal replacements that you're going to like because you're going to need super simple because you're used to super simple. And we have super simple. I'm heavy on the meal replacements, y'all, because I don't like to cook. All right. If you like to cook, this is just switching around all those things and that you didn't know before. If you don't like to cook, just know I eat a lot of meal replacements and they're good. Keep it super simple in the beginning. Then you're going to start branching out and you're going to see in recipes and you're going to see all kinds of things. We've got so much on Planet Shibboleth. It is such a wonderful lifestyle. Okay. So you got all kinds of things. Good. Good, Demetrius. Yep. And Lynn is saying that she hasn't taken one since she started January 11th. Awesome. Awesome. Okay. Last but not least, it really didn't cost much for you to get into Shibboleth, did it? Because we run it as a ministry. All right. But the support that you get is going to be phenomenal. You are going to wonder how in the world they even do this. You will, I promise you. So if you are a Facebook user, you are going to have several support groups that you can be in. If you will go into the Fast Track Laps, which is how you learn the lifestyle, Sasha and I put together a little curriculum for you to use. If you're using those laps, it will get you in all the Facebook groups that you need to be in, okay? And it's just step by step by step. I don't like to leave any steps out, so just follow those. You want to familiarize yourself with our awesome website. If you are doing the Fast Track Laps, it'll walk you through learning the website. I do want you to schedule a Getting Started mentor appointment for next week. This coming week, I want you to do the Fast Track. I want you to schedule your Getting Started appointment for next week. I do want you to go ahead and put it on the calendar. But the reason I want you to do Fast Track first is because you will be able to have a more intelligent conversation with your mentor, and y'all won't be spending 30 minutes of her trying to teach you the lifestyle. You see, you will already have a lot of it down by watching this and watching tomorrow night and doing the Fast Track videos and the laps. Just do the curriculum, just trust it and follow it. And when you have a conversation with your mentor, then y'all are going to be able to really hone in on your foods and what you can eat and what kind of swaps you need to make in your own personal daily food. Okay. Lily, you don't have to have Facebook. Absolutely everything you need is on the website. And I'm going to show you something. Yep. Laura, you do not need to have Facebook. Michelle, can you use meal replacement for one of your, yeah, a meal replacement is just a meal replacement. And it has everything that you need in it. And yes, Michelle. So I'm going to say, welcome. Okay. We're here for you. And I'm going to show y'all something. So Lily and Laura, this is for you. I want you to see that you do not have to have Facebook. Okay. We're going to pop over into the Shibboleth website. If you need additional support, a lot of people ask questions on Facebook, which is totally fine. But look at this right down here in the right-hand corner. Do you see right there, Lily, Laura? See that? That's where you're going to click. Somebody's monitoring that Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. The only time they are not there is if they're on a mentor appointment. And you will either chat with them, or if they're on a mentor appointment, you send them an email through this system and they reply to you. So you do not need Facebook. Yes, yes. And then Michelle, can you use meal replacement? Yeah, if you are on Facebook, I want to show you where my favorite 10 meal replacements are. Yes, good, Lily. We're going to go here. We're going to go into the Shibboleth new member fast track group. Meal replacements, yeah, like a bar. Yep, you can find those at the store. You can find those Walmart, Kroger, Publix, anywhere. But you can go into our store and you can buy them. I'm going to search. If anybody needs to hop off, I understand. Thank you for being here with me if you need to hop off. And don't forget to register for tomorrow night. Okay, so my favorite meal replacements, Lily and Laura. I don't know if you have a way to, let's see, come on. Oops. If Lily and Laura, that was for y'all. If you can copy this real quick or screenshot that or something, that is what my favorite meal replacements are right there. My 10 favorite meal replacements. So this is in the new member fast track, everybody. You're welcome, Brenda. I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you, Lynn. And then the other thing I wanted to show y'all is this. See right here, do you see where it says dashboard? You're going to click there. And right here where it says fast track, these are the laps that I'm talking about. If you watch this video, this is a video of me showing you how to do all of these things right here. When you're doing this, do you see this little information eye? You hover over that or gently touch it on your phone. This black box will pop up. That black box, you need to read that, because this black box is telling you how, yeah, Premier Protein will work fine, Heather. This little black box is like why I want you to do this task and what it is you need to complete this task. So that's just your pre-reading. You do that. Then you click here and it'll take you to the page that you need to be on. You might have to scroll up or down on that page to find the exact spot, but it takes you to the page. And you just do these little things, okay? These little things are going to help you get your account set up like you want it, and it's going to help you walk through learning the lifestyle. I do want to highly encourage you to see these little videos right here. These are the fast track videos. Takes you less than 1 hour, a little bit less than 1 hour to watch all of them. Okay, so I want you to watch them. Then you come down here and take this fast track quiz. That will open up your full food library to you, and you're going to want that. Okay, so go ahead and do that. Thank you, Demetrius. Kelly, are Premier protein shakes? Yes, they are. Yep. Okay. I hope that y'all are super excited. I know that I am. Do you know that Sunday night's my very favorite night of the week because I get to do this with y'all? I get to share with you life-changing information. If you will adopt it and apply it into your life, it will. Good, Kat, Laura. I'm glad. Awesome. Laura says she's excited. Hey, Rusty, I see you on there. Okay, Rusty, how are you doing? Rusty, are you still on Facebook? Kelly Cox says she's excited too. Y'all should be. Y'all should be excited. This is the information that we've always needed to know. And now we just have to apply it. Awesome, Brooke. I'm glad. I'm glad. Good. Let's see. Chrissy is excited. Lily learned a lot tonight. Thank you so much. You're welcome. Katinka, great class. My new member is here tonight. Awesome. Vonda. Good. Vonda, welcome. Yes, Karen. Yeah, let's look forward to tomorrow night. Great info. See you tomorrow. Awesome. Bye, AJ and Anita and Heather. Good. I'm glad. Y'all, I'm super excited for us all because now we know what to do. It's such a blessing. You can get it, Laura. Laura, keep in mind that 5 of those things, there's 5 things, the 5 daily disciplines that are of the Shibboleth shield. Okay. The shield is there to keep us safe, keep those fiery darts from getting us. All right. Okay. But Rusty, you got good Monday through Friday. I hope so. That's okay. Because if you've got good Monday through Friday, you're going to be making it good, Rusty. But we'll talk about that next time I see you. I've missed you, Rusty. Where have you been at our meetings? Anyway, I'll talk about that with Rusty later. You can get it, Laura. Laura, so only one of those things has to do with what you're eating. Start getting your water in, start writing down what you're eating, because if our mentors can see what you're eating, we can help you make the swaps, okay? And then portion control, yeah, that's not hard. And then timing. Let's work on not grazing. Yeah, that would be fun, Heather. You're welcome, Christy. So in Kennesaw, Georgia, we have in-person meetings 3 times a week. But do you know that wherever it is that you are, if you wanted to be a person that gathered up a group of people and y'all held each other accountable, you can do that. You can do that. Shibboleth encourages you to do that. We would love for you to do that. So please know that all you got to do too, when you bring a group of people together, say, we're going to watch one of the thousands of videos that are on the Shibboleth website tonight, y'all. And then y'all can talk about what you learned. It's that simple to get together a group of people in your community, wherever you are. Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to hop off. I did talk long tonight, but I was super excited. I hope y'all benefited from my excitement. And we'll see you tomorrow night. Bye, everybody. Thank you, Pam. Good night.